That was a wonderful thing to do.
Anything you ask.
I asked for 5 more minutes.
Ooh, you're nice and warm.
Thomas, sleep.
I don't want to sleep. I want to look at you.
Okay, you look and I'll sleep.
It's a deal. Faith? Did I do this? Wake up, wake up.
Tom, please.
No, but you've got a nasty bruise on your arm. Is that from last night?
I don't know.
Well, it wasn't there when we went to bed.
It's all right.
But it isn't all right.
I bruise very easily. It's okay.
Yeah, but I didn't mean to hurt you.
You didn't.
If I'm too rough with you, Faith, I want you to tell me.
Okay. I'll yell the first time, all right?
I wish you wouldn't take it like that.
What do you mean?
I'm not getting through to you.
It's all right.
See, there you go again. You're being kind. You're telling me what you think I want to hear, not what I want to hear.
Tom, the bruise doesn't hurt. What do you want me to say? That my arm is in agony?
It's very frustrating trying to talk to you when you're like this.
Like what?
Polite and evasive. I mean, you're the one who's insisting that I lay it all out, that our only hope is in real communication. So when you turn around and you mask your feelings, I don't like it very much.
I am not masking my feelings. And I wasn't mad or upset about last night. But I am getting ticked off about being woken up like this.
Don't change the subject. You were mad last night. You were upset about Delia's visit.
I was upset when I first came in. Because you were so upset about something Delia had said. I wasn't mad at you. What do am I supposed to come running every time I get mad at Delia?
This is delicious. No, I think I'm a much better cook in your kitchen.
I'm delighted to hear it.
No, I feel a lot better this morning. I have an appointment with Dr. Pagano, and except for that, I promise you, I'm not going to go upstairs, and I'm not going to go to the Ryans.
For sure?
Look, Roger, I told you I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, if that's the case, Delia, I have something for you. Something very special.
It's a new year with new
X Plus Pets Order.
For me?
For you.
This is gold, isn't it? Oh, this is too much. I can't take this.
No, Delia, it's not too much. Look, you made a very big step last night. You deserve recognition and you deserve support.
Oh, yeah, but not like this.
Delia, it was one of the hardest things in the world for you to go to the Ryans and agree not to fight the annulment. It was very difficult. And it's the beginning of your letting go of the Ryans.
Look, I never would have been able to do it if you hadn't made me.
No, Delia, you did it because you knew that it was the right thing to do. And what's most important is that you did it by yourself. And this is an expression of my admiration for you.
Look, Roger, I was very sad. Oh, I hope you don't mind my saying that.
No. And why should I mind?
Well, because you told me that I shouldn't be dependent on the Ryans. So I lose the Ryans, and I feel sad about that, and that must mean that I'm very dependent on them.
Delia, you don't give up the habits, whether they're good or bad, of a lifetime in one day. Look, there is something about the Ryans that makes them respond to dependent people, almost welcomes them. Now, when they responded so generously to you, they, in effect, were reinforcing your dependency upon them.
They were? Oh, that isn't good, is it?
Good for whom?
Good for me.
That's right. That's one of the reasons I gave you the bracelet, because you did a very special thing by going to the Ryans last night. Now, Delia, every time you look at that bracelet, I want you to say to yourself, I am not a weak and dependent person. I am a strong and independent person.
I am not a weak and dependent person. I am a strong and independent person.
Letter perfect.
I am not a weak and dependent person. I am a strong and an independent person. Ugh. I don't know, it just scares me hearing that.
Of course it should.
You mean it's okay to be scared?
It's natural, Delia. I can imagine that the idea of, for you to be an independent and self-reliant person must be very frightening. But I think you'll like the idea once you get used to it.
Okay.
In fact, I think you're going to enjoy being that person.
Look, Roger, you've been a tremendous help to me, so I'm going to believe you. Look, Roger, I'm going to do anything that you say.
Then please don't do that, Delia.
Do what? What did I do?
Transferring your dependency on the Ryans to me. Delia, I don't want you helpless and needing me.
You've been thinking about this a lot, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
Do you mind if I ask why?
Because I care about you. And I have a very clear vision of the kind of person that I think that you can be.
You think you would like that kind of person?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You know, it's crossed my mind that you wanted me to give up the Ryans so that you could have me all for yourself.
Well, I am not a selfless person, Delia. But I don't want you until you're more grown up, or at least on the way.
Really? I thought you loved me.
I do. But I'm merely being a counselor and a friend.
Okay.
On the other hand, I am looking forward to the adult Delia. I'm looking forward to that very much.
I'm finished with this section. Want to trade?
You want?
Thanks.
Not at all. There's a good story in there on our oil imports. Might be useful to you.
Thanks, I'll look. Let's not do this.
I'm sorry.
I stayed out last night until I was sure that you were asleep.
Yeah?
Because I didn't want to have another fight. But this, it's worse.
Well, I'm not enjoying it very much myself.
I know you're not. Jill. Do you believe me when I tell you that I love you? And that I love Edmund? And that I want desperately for us to have a life together?
Yeah. I do believe you. And I love you, and I want the same thing.
Then shouldn't we be able to stop whatever all this is?
You would think so.
I really don't understand it. All I know is that somehow I keep disappointing you. And whenever I do, Seneca appears on the scene.
I love you, and Seneca is a friend.
Yeah, no, I keep telling myself that, but it doesn't work.
The trouble is not about Seneca. It's about you and me.
Well, do you have any idea what that trouble is?
Yeah, I think I do.
Care to share it with me?
It's not very complicated. I believe
that you love me and Edmund. I know that you do. But I'm also beginning to feel that there's no room in your life for us right now, and there won't be after November either. And that leaves something to be desired from my point of view.
Well, I don't buy that basic premise. But, maybe you better tell me about it anyway.
All right. If things go the way we planned, I'm going to be losing a lot of my independence. My career, job, family, friends, moving to Washington. And I keep thinking, what are we going to get in return?
Well, that's a rhetorical question. You know the answer to that. You'll be getting a husband and a father, a home together, a marriage, probably a dog, more children, all of that.
Mm-hmm. And that's the traditional answer. But realistically, is that the way it's going to be? Or is it going to be more campaigns, mending fences, making connections? You are a very ambitious man.
Miss Julie, but you've known that for a long time. A long time ago, I remember you encouraging those ambitions.
Yes, but we didn't have a baby then.
Well, for now, can we keep this between you and me?
No, we can't. Edmund is part of this. He cannot be ignored. He needs a real father, the same way I want a real husband, not a phantom who is never there. And to whom we are just an encumbrance on.
But that's because of the campaign, and that's a temporary situation.
Is it? Is it really? Or is it going to be more campaigning? Something more that you want, more obligations. And our lives will revolve around your ambition.
Oh, now, that is not fair.
All right. All right. For instance, whether Edmund can go to a birthday party or not.
I knew you were still mad about that.
No, I am not mad. I'm smart. I am not stupid. I keep saying to myself, where is this leading to?
Well, what do you foresee? An egomaniacal Frank Ryan suddenly neglecting his wife and child to pursue a plunge into the feverish political life of Washington, D.C.? Fighting and clawing his way to the top?
Sarcasm does not help this. Now, that is not the way that I would have phrased it, but yeah, that's the basic problem.
Then what you're really saying is that you don't approve of the things that I have to do in order to win this election. And if I am elected, then you're anticipating the absolute worst.
No, that is not what I'm saying.
Come on, Jill. That's the logical conclusion of everything that you have said.
I don't want to delay you. You better go.
We can't leave it like this.
Well, we're certainly not improving things like this.
Well, look, I know if we just sit down and talk about it quietly, then we can find a solution.
Talk quietly? You've got to be kidding. Ray will find you wherever you are.
Could we go out to the beach house tonight?
I can, but then I'm not running for anything.
I'll be out on the island anyway. Could you bring Edmund? And we could try to have dinner together. Please.
All right. I'll have steaks waiting.
We've got to do better than this.
I know.
I've got to run.
Frank. Collect a lot of votes.
Back to 1.5 minutes.
Down come
Stop being so... Look,
even if it's 100 things. We also have a customer service team available for you 24 hours a day. Overstock.com. It's all about the O.
Look, when I leave you a mass of bruises, I want you to say something more than I bruise easily.
What do you want me to say?
All I'm asking you is to stop being so damn polite. Tell me when I'm hurting you, and admit it when I've left a nasty bruise.
Right now, I feel like yelling. I am not holding back or being evasive, nor am I trying to hold my feelings from you. So I wish you'd stop saying that I am.
Oh, I'm not too good at communicating myself. And I have trouble when I think people are holding back on me.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. It's my father.
What did he hold back?
Himself, I suppose. He never could get anything out of him. I'm not much of the gab, was the way he put it. Until some stranger showed up, and then you'd hardly know him. If it was a matter of being polite, he'd talk his head off.
Bet he wouldn't talk to you or your brother.
Not if a life depended on it.
Your brother's life. When he tore his hand and your father wouldn't call a doctor.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And then he ran off with the mouth over the coffin on how much he'd done for his boy, how much he'd given him. Given him that.
Did he say anything afterwards about not getting a doctor?
He did not. Oh, he knew. And he knew I knew, and he just would sit there and stare at me till I wanted to hit him with a brick.
But you didn't.
No. But I wanted to. I think he wanted me to have a go at him. That's when I took up boxing. And it was so satisfying to me when I found out I had a knack for it.
Did he ever say anything about your boxing?
Not a word. Not one word. I remember coming home one night when I'd won my first championship. I had beaten Mick O'D for the undisputed bragging rights to Limerick County. It was a terrific fight. When I came in, he was still up puttering around. And I told him I'd whipped Mick O'D once that evening, and I felt I could do it again if I had to. And he looked at me. And I looked at him. And we both knew I wasn't talking about Mick O'D, but about him.
Were things better after that?
There were and there weren't. He was a silent man, and I was trying to get something from him which he was never going to give. So you see, Faith, I hate it when I can't say what I feel because I think I'm taking after him, and I don't want that. And I can't stand it in other people. Most of all you.
I'll remember that. Did he ever change before he died, or was he like that till the end?
Oh, he was pretty much the same right up to the end, and worse. It's enough talk about me and my family for one morning. It's time to get up. I'll use the shower first, okay?
Candy, flowers, sappy love poems.
A love note, how sweet, and yet so pathetic.
Tell Cupid.
Type of big corporation.
Thanks, George. I'll get right on it. Good morning.
Good morning, Senator.
Now, wait a minute. I have not been elected yet.
No, I just wanted to see how you like the sound of it. Senator Ryan, what do you think?
I like it.
Work.
Those donuts I smell?
Mm-hmm. Didn't know which kind you like, so I got you variety.
Terrific.
And your coffee is on the table?
It's getting better and better.
Well, it occurred to me that you've been working almost without let up, and I thought a little nurturing might be in order.
Oh, it could not have come at a better time. Coffee smells good.
Well, I think we're entitled to a few moments away from the grind. Everything is going so well.
Yeah.
It is. My friend, you have yet to make a single mistake, and that is rather remarkable. You have said the right thing in the right place, whether you were tired or wet or being heckled.
Yeah, I handled that guy pretty good, didn't I?
You're a genius.
Oh, come on, Ray.
A political genius, at least. You really are, Frank. That's why you've gone so far so fast, and that's why you're going to keep on going up.
people like you, they believe in you, they trust you. And when people like, believe in, and trust a candidate, they do have a tendency to vote for him.
Yeah, well, I don't think even half of that is true, but I like hearing it.
It is true, believe it.
I like the coffee, I like the donuts, and I like the company.
Then the feeling is mutual, which I'm sure you know very well already.
Hi, you got a minute?
Take 10. I'm bored out of my skull. What, are you starting your second childhood?
Oh, the sandbox can be a highly educational experience for someone Edmund's age. These are for him.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
they're guaranteed.
Not to break?
No, to produce forts and castles and tunnels and trenches and to carry water and sand and seashells. Great cargo capacity for seashells.
Your timing is perfect. I'm driving him to the beach tonight.
Oh, well, they work just as well at the beach as they do in the sandbox. I mean, we are talking about the expensive all-purpose pail and shovel.
Bless you for making me smile.
My pleasure.
If I had my way, I would take this pail and shovel and drive out to the beach house right this minute.
Well, why don't you?
It's tempting, very tempting. And this certainly can wait.
Well, if I had my way, you would go out to the beach right this minute, and I would
ask
go
you to
along
come
with
along
you.
with
Yeah,
me.
well, is there any real reason why I shouldn't?
Frank is coming out there this evening.
Listen, I couldn't help notice something is bothering you. Now, if you'd like to talk about it, fine. Or if not,
Not talk.
okay. Now, why don't you just spend a little time with Edmund and an old friend?
It's tempting.
I'll tell you, it's always good to have a doctor around. I'll drive my own car out, and then I can leave long before Frank's due to arrive. What do you say?
Oh, I would really love the company. I'd love to get out of the city and relax and walk on the beach.
You can walk, and I'll watch Edmund. How about that?
Ah, now that is the nicest offer I've had yet. Okay, you're invited.
Terrific. Here's your pail and shovel, and let's go.
Wait a minute, not this very minute.
We'll
We're
make it a
going.
very special day. Come on.
You're crazy.
You knew that.
Hey, I'm Greg Barrett. When your relationship is in trouble, put it on TV. That'll help.
Starting Thursday, relationship advice will never be the same. A new soap